Today we've got a load of wheat going away. We need to clear out the wheat shed to see how much wheat we've got left to sell, and then we also need to take the new trailer along the road, fill it up with wheat so we can get enough for hen feed for the year. Question of the day: what's this mirror on the back of the forklift for? Before I head along the road with the forklift, I'm just going to go out and feed all the animals. There's a wee bit of length to the grass now, it's just starting to grow. Finally, there was a bit of rain last night, a bit of rain last week, so you can see it's soaked up. It's had a wee bit of fertiliser as well, so start going boom, and the cows will be munching it. Plans have changed a good bit now. The wheat lorry's not coming till later, so I've just come along to pick up a couple of empty potato boxes to fill with logs, and I'm just at the field of spring oats at the moment. You can see the rows of spring oats there coming up. They're looking quite good. There's still fertiliser still to soak in. Got a wee bit of rain last night, but not much. Could do with a good douse of rain and then soak in all that fertiliser. So this is the very first stage of your porridge. This will grow up to be, that will grow into be your bowl of porridge. So that's the plant there. The green bit's the bit that's through the ground. It's now collecting sunlight, helping it grow. Its roots are collecting in the nutrients and the water. But it's not bad, it's fairly dry. This is our log splitter here, just taking a plasma cutter, and there's a wee lip here, so I've made that flush so the logs get split and run off it rather than getting caught. We're just going to test, make sure the plate's running fine on the back. Yeah, it's running fine. Down and up. You put your logs in there, that splits through them, cuts them apart. So this is the chainsaw we use. It's a Stihl 250. We're just sharpening up the teeth on it. And you use a chainsaw file like this, and it's got a wee guideline in it to tell you the right angle to cut at, and then you go along each blade like that, each tooth, all the way along, and then you've got a sharp blade ready to cut some logs. We've brought the lawnmower from along the road to here, just because the other one's away getting looked at and hopefully repaired. That's a new diesel oil tank actually for a house that's needing a new tank, and last of the woods just getting taken on the road for fire. Piece of wood's been attacked by a beaver. It was trying to chop the tree down. You can see the size of the chunks it's biting off. It's the size of my finger just about. Doing that in one bite with their gnashers. They're brutes, those animals. We had a small breakdown on the log splitter. One of the welds along here is cracked, along here, so the whole pillar's tilting to the side when the ram's pushing hard, so I need to re-weld all that just now and then we'll get back to it. Re-welded around this seam. We're just going to add in 2 struts, one on this side, one on that side, just to add a wee bit more structure to it. That's a strut in one side and the other side, so hopefully I'll keep going for a while now. That's us back in action. Actually, I took it off the front of the tractor when I was welding on it, because you don't want it to ground through the tractor because it can fry the brain boxes in the tractors. Got a good few boxes of logs cut now. Still got a big pile to cut, big pile of sawdust as well. Splitter's doing fine now with these new braces. It's not leaning at all, much better. That's us finished splitting for the day. Got about 3.5, 4 boxes finished. Big pile of logs still to split, and there's still other ones still to get cut with a chainsaw. Kev's built himself a wee seat. It's quite comfy. You want it for your garden? Whoa, how much is that worth? It's a good seat, rustic. 20 quid. I'll go halfers with Kev. The log splitter works. It's got a ram in there and oil lines coming from the spool valves in the tractor, and instead of the valves in the tractor working, you basically bypass them and you've got a valve out here. So pull that to go down, push that to go up, and then the middle's neutral. And then you've got your blade, cuts through the logs. This back plate holds it on. This is just a piece of I-beam, so that holds it on the back there, bolted here, and then it slides up and down. It uses that as a guide. You just need to grease this every so often. Kev built this one. It's had a few altercations. Blade's been altered. Back plate needs a wee thicker bit here because this one bends on the back there. It's been re-welded on the base, a few bits and bobs, but it's otherwise, from now, I think it's pretty bomb-proof. It's solid on the base, new braces down there. The back plate, if you had a solid plate there, I don't think you'd have to bother with it ever. It's bomb-proof. So that's a box of logs. This is all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 boxes at the moment. Some of these were cut last year. They'll need a good amount of time to dry out. They're quite damp. They'll be okay for this winter, but ideally probably if we keep them for next winter, if we've got enough to do this winter, next winter they'll be nice and dry, burn really well. Still got a pile of telegraph lines to chop up. Need to clean up where the pile of logs was as well. Old fence posts. These are 2 sleepers that, if you've got those telegraph poles, you put them down the middle and it holds it steady while the chainsaw cuts them. That's all the rain we got in the last couple of days. 1 mil, 1.5 mil. We're hoping for more. We'd easily take 10 mil, 15. Plants would love it. It's just been dry. The whole country's dry. England's dry. It's actually pushing the prices of cereal crops up because England had a really dry harvest last year. It meant they didn't get too much, and then prices went up, and then it's kind of happening again. So in that respect, it's not that bad because prices are going up, but we could do with the rain. Not fussed about England, keep them dry.